The YSL case is now beginning to heat up. New evidence, new snitches, and even information regarding the health of Young Thug. Here's what you need to know. The YSL trial has resumed now after a week-long pause. After reports of, and I quote, Young Thug has taken ill and was transported to the hospital on Thursday. His attorney said in court the rapper was being evaluated and that they had no idea what his condition is currently. With the second reason of the trial being paused being from actions that were made inside of the courtroom during the last hearing. It's very clear that Young Thug and his freedom are now at risk, with new evidence of Young Thug being snitched on, proving that he's guilty, was released. This started with YSL Woody. Woody was the first to snitch in the YSL case, as mentioned during the first ever court hearing.
He's the one directing traffic. He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's King Slime. He is the most dangerous of the 28, Judge. And I implore you not to grant him a bond. He is dangerous. If he gets a burner, Judge, and the court may know this, a lot of the communications that Mr. Williams is on FaceTime because it's not traceable, it's not trackable. Judge, I will also say that we have taken proffers from fellow from Mr. Williams. Some are on this indictment, some are not. They have stated uniformly that Mr. Williams is dangerous. They are afraid of him, that if they cross him, he will them and their family. And they were very clear about that.
Concerns that this court has is danger to persons and to intimidate other witnesses and obstruct the administration of justice. So and for those reasons in the aggregate, I'm going to deny bond at this time.
Then once YSL Woody's name was leaked as the main snitch in the courtroom, this would lead to several more snitches in the RICO case, resulting in Young Thug's reaction being shown in the courtroom. Shortly after YSL Woody would become a public snitch, DJ Akademiks would tweet, "Truth teller YSL Woody popped out on the gram last year after cooperating with police for 3 hours in solving 50 crimes, telling on Young Thug, YFN Lucci, and others." Ironically, in his caption on Instagram, he claims that he didn't cry or cooperate. Just as his tweet stated, before YSL Woody became a snitch in this RICO case, he would post on his Instagram in 2021, "I sat in jail days, nights, months, years. I didn't know my outcome. I didn't call on God. I didn't cry or cooperate. I started working and understanding myself, realizing who I am and what I'm worth. Jail gave me time to think, grow, and understand. Only point I have to prove is showing my people that whatever we put our mind to, that we can do it. Stay away from bad energy, focus, and believe in yourself." Taking a photo alongside the YSL mansion that is owned by Young Thug. Weirdly enough, this would be the same mansion that was raided by the feds, resulting in Young Thug's arrest. Pretty weird coincidence, as YSL Woody was on the inside of this mansion, giving the feds all of the illegal items. With the YSL mansion being raided and 28 members of YSL being arrested, Young Thug would then later find out his official charges. as Young Thug is being hit with team involvement charges, narcotic charges, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, possession of a fully auto firearm, 3 separate charges of unlawful for a person employed by or associated with criminal street activity, and then to end it off, Young Thug is being hit with the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, otherwise known as the RICO charge. A few days following Young Thug's charges being released, even more would be added to his resume, as it states, "In the name in behalf of the citizens of Georgia, do charge and accuse Duke, Yak Gotti, and Jeffrey Williams with the offense of possession of a firearm for the said accused in the state of Georgia, in the county of Fulton, on the 9th day of May 2022, did unlawfully possess a firearm with a converter switch and extended mags." As during the mansion raid, the feds found narcotics, firearms, switches, and all kinds of illegal items in the YSL mansion. Now, while the charges are very concerning, it doesn't help that more snitches are coming out alongside Woody. With 13 current snitches, there is one in particular that sticks out. This would be YSL rapper Gunna, who is personal best friends with Young Thug, and he even snitched on Young Thug in 4K.
You agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocarbons and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL to the detriment of my community. YSL again. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
As with Gunna being a part owner of YSL, him snitching on Young Thug practically is the final nail to show that Young Thug is guilty, as one of Young Thug and Gunna's closest friends, Lil Baby, would speak out about his mind with them in the lockup, where Lil Baby would say, "He is like one of my personal friends, so we talk on the phone. Me and Gunna are like neighbors, you know what I'm saying? So for them to be in this situation, I don't really like to talk to them now. I kinda miss them a bit for sure though." Now we would even see NBA YoungBoy tap in. Thousands of fans were asking his opinion on the YSL case, and he had this to say.
Don't call me asking me about what I think about the situation or do I think Nietzsche. I honestly don't give not one. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Then once Gunna was released from prison for snitching on Young Thug, this is where we would see Tekashi 6ix9ine speak his mind. He hopped in a Clubhouse call with Wack 100. He explained that Young Thug is now in a terrible situation and looks more guilty than ever before.
So me pleading guilty is only making it worse for my man. I'm saying I was there. Yes, I did it. I plead guilty. I am guilty. I am guilty. Anything you said in that courtroom is going to be used against your man, my man. That shit is open.
Then just 1 week after the call, 6ix9ine would meet up with DJ Academics to share more thoughts on Gunna snitching.
He just implicated YSL being so now home, right? All the people who's locked up, like Jeffrey, like Young Thug, now he can't go with that defense. He can't go with the defense of saying, I'm a record label.
With Young Thug now looking more guiltier than ever, we're now starting to see more Atlanta rappers get hit with RICO. As mentioned by DJ Academics, Lil Baby is allegedly next up on the Atlanta DA RICO list. New paperwork was released in the Atlanta DA's office, revealing that 4PF and Lil Baby are now next up on the RICO list.
An in-depth investigation. Recent months, you've had 2 high-profile racketeering cases. There are going to be more.
Over the next 60 days, you'll see 2 more.
With the Atlanta DA now going viral on social media, this would make reporters go after Lil Baby to get some insight.
How you doing, Lil Baby? Lil Baby. So, baby, how's Young and Young Thug doing? I know,
Give us some
all the
space, man. Give us some
circumstances.
space, please.
Just want to see how they holding up good?
Sure.
All right. Love what you're doing, man.
And with the music industry now more afraid than ever for getting hit with RICO charges, we're now seeing rappers all over get hit with them. Rapper K Flock was just hit with a RICO recently. But here's where it gets more concerning for Young Thug in particular, with not only members snitching against him, not only the prosecutors wanting him in life in jail, but now we're starting to see YSL members begin to set him up in the courtroom. It was announced, and I quote, "My colleague Mark just obtained surveillance video that shows the moment prosecutors accuse Young Thug and his co-defendant Khalif Adams of conduring a hand-to-hand deal in court." The report continues saying, prosecutors say the surveillance shows Adams walking over to where Young Thug is seated with his attorney. He then drops narcotics in his hand. A deputy confronts Young Thug and he turns the item over to authorities. When deputies searched Adams, they found him in possession of narcotics wrapped in plastic and food seasoning to conceal the odor. According to investigators, Adams was taken to Grady Hospital after he appeared to ingest other items of contraband in an effort to conceal the extent of his crime within the courtroom. Prosecutors then filed a motion asking the court to make a finding of fact that court was delayed on January 18th, 2023 due to the actions of defendant Williams and defendant Adams. An attorney for Young Thug responded to the allegations that his client was involved in the deal, with the audio of Young Thug's lawyers reacting to these allegations being leaked online.
The reality is Mr. Williams had nothing to do with what went on in the courtroom on yesterday. One of the co-defendants on his way to the restroom attempted to pass something to Mr. Williams, who immediately turned it over to the deputy.
He did not know it was allegedly Percocet?
Did not know. Well, we don't know what it is. Did not know what it was, turned it over to the deputy right away. The deputies took action. The individual who had the contraband, not Mr. Williams, was taken into the back.